Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. We're back here at the Perch, or under the Perch, to preview another early edition because there's some Friday runners headed towards meetings at both Beaudesert and Moorlambar. Welcome fellas. How are we? Another winning week, and Trent, he's the toast of the town, couple of best bets and got collects with both of them. Fangirl?
Sure did. When I done the tip last week and I realised it was a heavy track and I thought, please dry out a bit. Anyway, got a bit far back and then rattled to the line, so got the job done. I saw Waller's other one up the inside. I went, uh-oh. It was on the inferior part of the track, and my tip was down the middle, so it was good.
You did
and
declare
she was healthy odds.
Absolute Moralos, yes.
Yeah,
and Preach also ran a nice race at a good price. There was some late money for him, but you did declare it at about $20 or $30, so ran a good second.
Yeah, I think I said he was each way all day, so that was good. He probably, he raced really well. The winner got at him pretty quick. He looked like he was gone. He fought on to run a gallant second. So there's a race in him of that level, hopefully on a Saturday. We just got to find the right one and have him fit and well, and he'll do the rest.
Very good. And Tobe, nice to see I'm Voodoo break through. He's been knocking on the door, and
overdue.
The door's shut now.
Yeah, no, he drew poorly, and credit to Callow, or Noel Callow, let's call him Callow, but Noel Callow, give him a great ride, great steer, sort of, ended up on the fence at one stage, which I don't know how he didn't, and then he navigated his way into the clear, but Ridden Quiet was a different horse.
And he attacked the line too, didn't he?
That's what I say. Ridden Quiet is a different horse, and he when we ride him up on speed, he's been average. Not finishing his races off, but he's fit now, so that was probably a good. Even though we drew poorly, I don't like drawing poorly, but we might have worked out how to ride him.
Yeah, so as you said in your post race, it might have added another string to his bow as far as maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
If there was a Moonee Valley style Callaway golf clubs giveaway, he would have got it, and he let everyone know too. By the way,
who's his Calla?
The king.
So explain what that means. So,
So
at Moonee Valley, on some of their big nights,
the Friday night meetings,
they give away a set of golf clubs, or like TaylorMade's, Callaways,
yeah,
or whatever,
to the best,
Drummond Golf for the ride of the night.
To the best ride of the night.
So
he would have got the best ride of
he
the day.
declared it himself that he should have got it. Doesn't sound like Noel Calla. Good on you, King. Well done there. All right, well, let's get into the preview. That was last weekend, another winning week, so good stuff. And the action starts, or potentially starts, at Moorlambar. You've got a few acceptors, but contending with some wide draws here. Unzagar steps up to 15.50.
What is it?
Unzagar.
That'll do. Yeah.
That's how we're saying it, aren't we?
That's
a
all right,
good Eastern European name, Unzagar.
You've put a bit of polish on it. That's good.
How would you pronounce it?
About that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Unzagar.
I'm happy to do that.
Come on, you got to go with the bit of colour.
Okay.
Unzagar. Michael Carl aboard and was a better run last start.
You can call him anything as long as he starts to run a bit faster.
It was better though last start.
He was a little bit better.
Maybe.
But he was entitled to finish off the way he did, I thought. Still probably not going to see the best of him until he gets out to sort of 2,000 metres, and we'll just keep building. So whatever he does on the weekend, wherever we go, obviously wide barriers play a big part in where we're going to go. We'll just wait and see what he does. He'll hit the line again and improve when he gets over a bit further.
Okay, because Sunshine Coast Sunday
He's in a race in Sunshine Coast
everywhere.
Sunday.
There's 2 races.
More
at the
than
Sunny
likely
Coast.
go there.
Okay.
If he draws okay.
Draws horribly.
All right.
Every time he goes around.
Okay, the other runners entered for the Moorlambar program, Bassack Lane and Fearless Thinking, both entered for Class 1 over the 1,200, but wide draws there also.
Wide draws also, so more than likely wait. Bassack Lane may run him, but Fearless Thinking, she's in a fillies and mares Class 2 up there at the Sunny Coast on Sunday.
On the Sunday,
so those barriers aren't out yet. So if you want to touch on how they're going,
that track might present a bit softer as well.
Yeah, I think it will. It's had a bit of give in it yesterday, and it's sort of still wintry and getting a bit of dew on the ground. So it's going to be pretty firm at Moorlambar. Matt Dunn told me yesterday. So we might miss Moorlambar, go to the Sunny Coast.
A bit of an insight there. Yeah, we'll just touch on Fearless Thinking then, if you think.
Yeah, she ran reasonably well on quite a firm track, and her form, she's by So You Think, and her form when Beyond had was on softish tracks, or very soft.
One made on an absolute bog.
Yeah, one made on a bog. So Not as much rain about, but certainly trying to find the softer surface for her is the best option, I think. And the Sunny Coast track suits. Stacey Callow's going to ride her up there. She won, or she trialled here, and she trialled very well for her. So she claims 3 because she's got a bit of weight. Those draws aren't out yet, so we can't really tip. Can't give you a tip either way yet. But
just on how she's going.
She's going well, and whether she might just need this run as well. Barriers will indicate that.
Yep, sure.
Once they come out. So.
And
Going well.
And you've been waiting with Bassac Lane, last start winner, obviously, and then he's had a couple of been entered for a couple of races, but drawn wide. So you're waiting for the right.
Grafton on Tuesday, drawn terribly down there. So like a 3 or 4 hour drive. So it was best off waiting for Moorlambar if we could have. And he's drawn poor again. So we just have to nut that out over the next 24 hours. Okay.
So Friday's Bow Desert meeting. That's the other. The other 2 runners there. Maroon Magic is entered for a benchmark 58 handicap, drawn barrier 10. What are we thinking there for the Rogues?
We're just hoping back on the turf she improves, because she's threatened and then done nothing on the poly, which she's run on the last sort of 3 times or so, hasn't she?
Yeah.
About that. So she needs to step up, and if she can't, then she probably go off to stud. Because she's been very disappointing. But as directed by those guys, we just give her a try on the turf and see how she goes, and if she performs, then good. If not, then she's
drawn bad again too.
Another one.
We've got a really good week of barriers this week, but anyway.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this as a bit of a topical
our
topic of the week. So
barrier
draws has been a bit of a theme. Okay, so looking for a better performance from Maroon Magic for the Queensland Road.
She needs to be fair. She's been disappointing, but hopefully back on turf sparks the catalyst to get her going.
Hopefully that's the key there.
Yes.
And then Golden Glamorous, maiden handicap 1200. Could this be the day?
Could be. She worked out there. She worked quite well Tuesday morning out there. Took her out for a burn around Bow Desert. She looked like she got around it okay. She's drawn sticky as well, but I think Angela Jones will ride her probably if she's on one that looks like it's going to be scratched. So she's got a good jockey on. So hopefully Angela Jones gets on good with her and can get the best out of her. She'll bang up on the speed somewhere, and if she's
gear changes as well.
Yeah, a couple of gear changes. So you've got winkers on and a bit lifter. Just possibly thought maybe she got her tongue back over the bridle the other day as well when she ran at Doom, because she finished. She didn't. She went from travelling to nothing. So hopefully a couple of gear changes sort of frighten her into it.
Okay.
Because when she was average on the poly track at her first run in a race, then we stuck blinkers on her and put Jimmy Byrne on her at Ipswich, and she scooted along, and he got her out and running, and she got run down. So she got the ability to win a race. This is an open maiden, though, not a 3-year-old maiden. So hopefully this is the weaker option.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to the girls involved there with Golden Glamorous. Hopefully a bit of girl power with Angela Jones aboard.
Yes. Yeah, they'll love that.
All right. Well, so the other runner we haven't touched on yet, Corfe Castle. So Barry's aren't out for Sunshine Coast Sunday. Resuming here, and trials have been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been going well. He's I liked his trial. Well, his first trial, Martin rode him here, and he picked them up pretty quickly. And his second trial out there, he attacked the line as well. I think one of Les Rosses beat him, but it was pretty hard and fit. Our guy's sort of early in his prep, he'll improve. Whatever he does, 1,000 metres could be too short for him, but he's going very well, very well.
Going well.
Without seeing barriers,
Yep.
I can't say, like he'd be a chance, but 1,000 metres, probably 1,200 is
They
better
might
for
be
him.
a bit sharp for him.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's a good kick-off point, good track. Take him to and blow the cobwebs out and bring him home and find the right race for him.
Okay. All right. Good luck to the Lucky Clover team there with Corfe Castle. That brings us to issue of the week. Seems to be barriers. Common theme here. Trent, I know you're passionate about this. There's been a few mentions on the group chat this week.
Yes.
What are we? It wouldn't be just this week. If you went back
Well,
through
true.
our last 5 years.
I saw a tweet about
what a
variance
stitcher.
the other day. I think Brad Davidson said something about variance. What is variance? Do you have to draw
What's variance?
9 months worth of bad barriers and
To
then
get-
for a 3-month period have okay draws? Is that variance? I don't believe so.
Because it is magnified, isn't it? A bad draw, if you're a trainer or an owner, or probably even a jockey, when you get a string of bad barriers, whereas you get the good barriers, you're not popping champagne. It's just okay, that's good.
Beautiful. It makes the job a bit easier.
But a bad barrier is a reaction.
People don't see how much you scratch horses either from bad barriers.
Yeah, well, you guys, you do that a lot.
Point.
Well, Unzaga tomorrow and Fearless Thinking. So,
Yeah.
Unzaga.
Unzaga, sorry. But, it's a frustrating thing. Like most, some people get on and say, well, what do you worry about? I don't think Gay scratches anything from wide barrier. She runs them all, I believe. Her view is that barriers but barriers do matter. You end up with a 3 wide line and you just can't finish off. We have the view that you only get so many runs in a prep, and when they're peaking and they're ready to win, everything needs to align. And if our horses are of that level where they're just in the right race, then and if they've got a bit on them, it doesn't matter. Like Tony's thing yesterday that beat So Sweet, drew 15. What's it called?
Venturer.
Thing Linda Huddy's, it was just too good for him. It drew 15 and he ran it, set up 3 wide on the speed and won. It's all right if they've got a bit on them, but when they're of that level where there's 5 or 6 horses in there and every inch counts.
There's not a lot between them.
Not a lot between them. That's a frustrating thing. And I think the other frustrating thing for us is as a pair, when I was training and Jeff Lloyd was riding for us and it's just continued all the way through. Like we would have, say, our Saturday runners. When I say Saturday runners, our town runners on a Saturday. We'll have one resuming or something that probably will need the run. It'll draw soft, but the other 2 that are in on the same day that are ready to run well, they'll draw 15. And I've rang the handicap, I've rang Racing Queensland about them, and even the racing office. They say, yeah, we see that, and we sort of think, wow, how does this happen to you guys all the time? Now, I'd imagine there'd be 10, 15 trainers that would, have the same issue at different times. They even put me in touch with the central body that do the barrier draws, and the
bunker.
Well, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, the bunker, but they did a study, and the study comes up that it's nearly 50-50 of good barriers opposed to bad barriers. So you can't argue with the stats or that data, but the data...
That was over like 500 runners or something too, mind you.
So no, it was a 12-month period. You've done it over a 12-month period, and it was about 50-50 of good barriers to poor barriers, but it didn't... I don't think it included scratchings. You know what I mean? I think it was just runners.
Yes, right. So it's the ones that you decided to run
get the
from the
data.
draw,
So every horse that's drawn...
an acceptor.
An acceptor, should go into the stats. But, I'm not sure how they... Trent has an idea on whether it should be a bit more transparent, but...
Yeah, that's your thing, is because the current process is, for those that don't know, I'm assuming most would, but it's a computer generated and it's meant to be random, and obviously that's what that research shows that it probably is in the long run. But your argument is you'd like to see a bit more transparency just with the process, but
yeah,
and I don't think saying it there's anything untoward, but like
just to stop the conspiracy theorists like us, whoever down the road, and whatever. I think there could be a better way. It might take a little longer than the press of a button to just blurt out a whole meeting, but to stop the whinging and the whining, I think there should be a better way. I had a thought of like a lotto style system with a live feed online per state, with like obviously every different state having a channel, and you log in, boom, away you go. Whether or not that would take too long with a stack of meetings around the place every Saturday or every week.
Yeah, every day.
Maybe, but it's just an idea.
Yep.
I think where that falls down, or that idea, sounds okay, but with the tote wanting to open up markets early and it getting to print media and all that, it has to be done as quick as it can. But I think the other thing is I'm not sure whether it's calibrated, how often it's calibrated. I don't see too much data, and it could be on their website somewhere, Racing Australia, or how often it's
the computer's rebooted sort of thing.
rebooted or calibrated, or the program's looked into.
Yep.
To to see if it's not there's a glitch or there's not a glitch, or there's whether certain horses' names linked with a barrier.
Yeah, this
and that's another theory.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of
isn't it,
other
that
trainers
horses-
have thought that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether the algorithm couldn't be not tinkered with, but certainly I suppose calibration would be the word. But I'm not a computer geek, but someone could look into it and make that a bit more transparent.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever seen the stats to say, okay, this week we're running a update on the barrier draw program.
Yeah.
Like you get it from your bank, you get it from everywhere. Prism down
Yeah,
for
we're
4
down
hours,
overnight or
4
something,
hours
yeah.
because we're doing a software update. That sort of stuff. I haven't never seen that anywhere. It could be.
Yeah, it could
I might be blind to it, but not actually looking for it. But if you've seen a notification come through that Racing Australia's down this week, Sunday night for 4 hours to do an update on the barrier draw program.
Would that give you peace of mind if then they do a calibration and then you still get some bad barriers?
Well, I suppose when you see other trainers have
But at least
multiple runners that say, I don't know.
But at least it's
7,
there.
yeah,
At least
that's
it's out
exactly
there.
right.
At least they are doing something about it.
And who knows?
Like-
They could be doing this in the background, just not notifying, right?
Like the day I
yeah.
rang. They gave me a number for the guy, and he was sort of half shocked or
That someone would actually ring up.
He felt like he was put out having to find it. Like seriously, like, how helpful.
Yeah, right.
He could be one that could become Mr. Helpful, not Mr. Unhelpful. But anyhow, that is what it is. So that's our rant on the barrier draws.
All right. Well, if anyone's got any ideas out there, you can not email Toby.
No, I'm no help.
Inquiries at edmondsracing.com.au. But anyway, it's
Richard
food for
Friedman
thought.
and Will Hulbert, two of the biggest
Yes, I have seen
Twitter.
commentary on
Yes,
barriers.
a lot of commentary on the barrier draws on Twitter.
All right, well, before we go, we've got to get a tip. So, Trent now leading plus 780. Toby minus 400.
Minus.
You got to lift a bit.
Mate,
See, when you put the bets
you're
on,
not adding them
we
up
have to-
properly. Not adding them up properly.
So this is now this is week 3. You had $200 last week.
additions
So
have not been
first
much
week,
good
bap bow. Second week, bap bow. And then last week you had an around the ground. So that
No.
was 200. So minus 400.
Righto. I'm tipping.
We're
one
going to the computer video for that one.
I'm tipping one in the San Domenico.
What about locally? What's the Edmonds Racing tip this weekend?
Oof. Jeez, you've started.
We haven't quite got one.
We'll
this
put
year.
some on hold music.
Well, they're all starting from the cane fields at the bar, so
No.
that's good. No,
I think our tips will be from around the grounds,
Okay.
possibly.
All right. No tip.
I would, look, probably have to wait till Sunday Sunny Coast, the Lucky Clover horse. He's got a bit of class, so hopefully he can win.
Yeah.
Corfe Castle.
Corfe Castle or Corfe, as
No,
some
it's
say.
definitely Corfe Castle. So what's your tip?
Moravia in the San Domenico, owned by a couple of mates, Ben Walker, Mark Corvo. The Osher Group are in it, or they're in the Osher Group, so that's good. It won well at Newcastle the other day. Michael Wallace also from China Horse Club fame's in it, so it's a deer colt, and they think it's off stakes grade, and it's had a run back and won well over 900 at Newcastle with Tyler Schiller on it.
Wow, look at the preparation for this.
What?
Golfing buddies. They've been adding more week.
You know,
Barrier
what
trial
was the date of birth?
4th or 10th. 82. Anyway, when it trialled, there was
A bit of conversation.
about 6 holes to work out
Okay.
what went wrong and what went right in the trial. So there was a lot of commentary. But anyway, I think they got a phone call from Michael Friedman sort of later after that, and he put them all at rest and said, no, the horse trial great, and it did run well. So good luck to him.
And a bit of each way value there at around $21.
and 50 each way.
Okay, 50 each way. So we'll do that
I
on the
might blow
tally.
the train out the water. I won't get back.
Now, have you gone around the grounds, or are you just sticking with?
Carline Stakes, Moonee Valley.
Yep.
Omni Man. He was huge over the 1,000 the other day at Moonee Valley. Got back in behind them, which I thought was funny, and had absolutely no luck. So up in Journey to the 12. be prominent, and it will be winning.
Drawn a good barrier.
Yes, barrier 3, I think.
Hold on, I've got to find this. Where's it at?
Mooney Valley.
In what race?
Carline.
Carline Stakes.
Race 8.
Paramount.
It's drawn barrier 2. Jordan Childs, Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Bott. 57 kilos.
There it is.
We may as well start our own punting
310.
podcast.
Well, it's pretty much, that's what it is.
Favourite. Are you
Doesn't matter.
serious?
Favourite.
Well, that's around the grounds. It's you
Mate,
can't value.
he's out in front. He can play it safe if he wants. So that's the.
It'll
You
be-
had that luxury
it'll
last
be winning. It should
season.
have absolutely bolted in last start. It'll win.
Right.
Give us the prices for Unibet.
Omni Man.
For Unibet? Okay.
$3.
No, we've got to go. We've got to go.
No,
We've kept
Moravia,
everyone long enough.
$21.
Yeah, no, that's your tip. Yep.
And Trent's tipped
Yeah.
Omni-Man at $3.10.
Yep. You beauty. All right, we've got a couple of tips for the weekend, a few views and some previews. So good luck over the weekend and have a great weekend, everyone.